Watch this. Who the big three? We the big three. Let's say we have PEP. Let's say we have GSAT. And let's say we also have common entrance, right? So let's talk about that. Imagine this for a second. Imagine if you wanted to go to, what would I say now? I want to phrase this correctly. I want to phrase this correctly. You have PEP, you have GSAT, you have. All right. So if you want to go to an elite school, you have your children to pay. If you want your children to go to an A grade school, you let them do GSAT. And if you want your kids to go to a B grade school, you let them become an entrance. Yeah? I believe that should have been the approach. That's what I think. Right and left hand to God, that's what I think. I think, why did we get rid of this and this? Why did we get rid of that? I mean, in America, you have what? Let me see if I remember it correctly. You have the SAT and the ACT. So you could have used the ACT if you didn't want to do the SAT and vice versa. So why didn't we incorporate the use of common entrance, GSAT, and PEP and give parents the option and say, look, depending on what your child's aptitude is, if you believe that this is where they are, let them do common entrance. If you believe this is where they are, let them do GSAT. Or it could be a thing where, you know what I mean? It could be even determined that it could even get to a point where if a child has done this, they could also do this if they wanted to. You understand? So what going on? I just don't understand why we felt like, why did we feel the need to just, well, get rid of this, get rid of that? Why did we think that this was the best thing? Why? Because no, you don't have many options. Why shut down the amount of options you have? Why do that? When has that ever worked? It doesn't work in social media. Being only on Facebook doesn't make any sense. You need to be on Wi-Fi. You need to be on, if you're an artist, you can't just be on Spotify. You need to be on several streaming platforms. You cannot just be on Spotify. Realistically, you can't. You will not survive. Same thing with managing social media. You need to be on WYFIT. You need to be on Wi-Fi. And you also need to be on LinkedIn, because that's where you're going to get a whole bunch of supporters. Yeah. So why was this a good idea? Why was it a good idea to eliminate this and that? No, give people options. Give them the option. Well, what do I know? After all, I'm just a practitioner. I'm not an expert in the field. What do I know? Well, that's one of the conversation pieces. One of them. Um, oh, I mean, obviously there's a crisis with, literacy and all of these things, right? Um, how would we address that? Well, see, That's the reason why a lot of teachers are probably going to contact me because, well, if you, let's say, for example, look, there's a lot of reading specialists, reading intervention, um, you know, literacy coaches, reading interventionists, speech coaches, you know, speech therapy practitioners, just name it. Name it. There's a lot of corrections to be done. Or rather, in a famous song, there's a lot of work to be done in the promised land. You know. Yeah, I was going to drop in the boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I was going to put in that. Um, so yeah, there's, those are the considerations that you have to think about. Because here's the problem. If we are having a discussion of the possibility of, let's say, abolishing PEP, let's say that you're having that conversation. The problem is, what are you going to replace it with? So my suggestion is don't replace it, right? Let's keep the options. So don't get rid of PEP. Don't get rid of GSAT. Don't get rid of common entrance. Keep all three, right? Keep all three. Yeah, right? Because but this in particular, you have grade 4, grade 5, grade 6 exams. I can understand why there are a lot of people who just say, you know what, this is too much. This is too much. Because if we remember historically, these two were mainly grade 6 exams. So for you now to pull kids out of grade 4, 5, and 6 and have them doing an exam, all like it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah. So that's why, see, the whole point of this is that I'll be having a discussion with the teachers. Because you know what? If listen, if nobody will listen to you, I will. So if you're a teacher and you want to have a conversation with me about all of these concerns that you have, here's what you can also do. You can let me know what you think about my crazy idea right here. How about that? Yeah, leave that in the comment section, regardless of wherever you see this post. Right? Wherever you see this post. If you see this on WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you see this, let me know what you think. Yeah? About us keeping all three. Because you have more options. You will not have a problem with placement for kids that need to go to high school. And they'll go where they're supposed to go according to their level. If they're at common entrance level, then let them do that. Maths, English, mental ability. Boom. And it does it mean that you're done? No, because a lot of us grew up on this. A lot of us went to the school of our first choice on the strength of just common entrance. Anyway, not going into that. This is the reason why when I did my common entrance exam, I did my best not to fail it because I did not want to do this. Yeah.